just about to roll off the mini stocks, as you can see, up at turn number 4 for their 20-lap feature.
Some great qualifying heat races earlier on this evening. Set for the main event now, and with the call, here's Mark Fish.
And Nick Papakota with a great jump on the green flag as Chuck Rogers follows him through that 77. Kyle has been a great car all night. Dave Sylvia knocking on the door. The number 88 trying to get by. Chuck Rogers in the 77 can't do it. Moving to the outside is a 0-1 of Nate Appel, knows that outside groove very well. But it's Nick Papakota in the lead after 1.
Gonna shuffle the deck further back. The 17 gets bounced around. That's Kyle Williams. He's okay, but will lose a couple of positions on the back straightaway. The 29 goes by to the inside. That's Brandon Flemons as the field begins to thin out off of turn number 4. Front 3 single file led by Nick Papakota.
Great battle going on for the 4th spot. Smoking Joe Babalacco and Dave Sylvia. Sylvia moving up on the outside, trying to find out if that lane is going to be to his liking. It looks like it is so far as he's hanging in there with Chuck Rogers. Keep an eye on Soup Savardi in the number 93. That car has been very strong the past few weeks.
20 car, that's Joe Babalacco looking to make it 3 wide on the front straightaway with the 77. Caught in the middle, that's Chuck Rogers, who's able to hold that 3rd spot. Babalacco back to 4th, and here comes Glenn Colvin into the 5th position in car number 39 as the field works off the corner once again. But it's going to be Papakota and Nate Appel, front 2, racing for the lead. In fact, great side-by-side racing all the way back through the top 20 now on the backstretch.
Well, the number 39 of Glenn
Whoa,
Colvin.
trouble in turn 2. One car goes around. Everybody gets by safely. Caution comes out due to a secondary spin. At the 3, Randy Johnston, possibly involved in the incident, along with one other car that has since pulled away. Jim Lynch may have been involved in car number 1. Caution out, first time, 4 laps.
Welded back on, the bumper being welded back on so he can get back in for action. Guys?
Running out of time there in the pit area, though, for Randy Johnston. He may not get back out in time for the restart, and will not, as the green flag waves off of turn 4. Nick Papakota shows the way back to turn 1. Mark 53 off the pace. Dan Darnstadt slows to turn 1.
So Dan Darnstadt signaling the other drivers by. He definitely has some mechanical problems. So the field flashes by. Nick Papakota at the front of the field. Nate Appel having a nice run here in the 0-1, holding on to the 2nd. But here comes Smokin' Joe Babalacco in the number 20. As you can see, he's knocking at the door of Nate Appel on the outside groove. And the number 35, that's Glenn Colvin. We talked about the kart track, Kyle, during the winter. You could pretty much go up there and find Glenn Colvin making his way around the track at the kart track.
It's an indoor karting experience. Soup Savardi out of shape, front straightaway, and the 93 car comes back up into traffic. Everybody will get by okay in the outside. Let's see if Soup Savardi can throw that car into gear and keep rolling. We're now a half lap down and will draw the caution flag. Caution is out for the 2nd time. And 77 out of shape there for a moment for Chuck Rogers. Keeps the car pointed forward. The 93 car hailing from Tapville, WL Bonds Trucking, along with Cool 101 FM, Allied Grounds Maintenance. All providing sponsorship for Soup Savardi.
3 lane. Just about ready to go back to green flag racing, coming up to the restart line at turn number 4. Pedal to the metal, Nick Papakota with a great restart. Babalacco now jumps into a battle for 2nd with the 0-1 of Nate Appel. Chuck Rogers now doing battle with Dave Sylvia's all through the pack. You can see some great side-by-side.
Whoa, trouble back of the pack. One car spins and gets tagged.
And John Constantini going nose to nose out there, and he enters the turn number 3, and once again the yellow flag flies.
Papakota out of shape on the back straightaway for a moment. Gonna woe down the front of the field, and the 12 car gets out of the way just in time for John Constantini. Should be a quick 13 lap showing on the Budweiser Bud Light scoreboard. Budweiser, the official adult beverage here at the Waterford Speedbowl.
Coming back to the restart line, the red line on the wall in turn number 4. That's where they're going to put the pedal to the metal on the green flag restart. Smoking Joe Babalacco, Nate Appel at the front of the field. On the inside, Chuck Rogers of row number 2. Chuck Rogers, a great veteran driver here at the Waterford Speedbowl, but Glenn Colvin seems to have the horsepower, and why shouldn't he? Builds racing engines. Anybody knows how to get an engine up and running, it's Glenn Colvin. He's running towards the front of the field, Kyle.
Still locked side by side, though. Colvin in that 4th spot, now make it 3rd as he moves around the 77 car to the outside lane. And, of course, Chuck Rogers. Colvin coming to the front, has the leader stacked up double wide ahead of him. Rogers had a shape in turn 4, ends up getting turned off the corner by the 88 car for Team Sylvia. Single car incident, the 83 will spin to avoid. At the back of the pack for Chris Lee. Chris Lee may be stuck in the mud. Chuck Rogers continues on, leaders off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. Babalacco leads the halfway lap, 10 down, 10 to go, and the 17 car goes around to bring out the caution flag. That is Kyle Williams. Caution out halfway, Kyle Williams. The car that went around, the 83 down there as well for Chris Lee out of Norwich. And Kyle able to roll on. Waterford driver Pages along with Crown Pizza providing Kyle Williams. Be sure to pick up your copy before we complete tonight's program. Mark, looks like we're set to go back under the green flag. Joe Babalacco to set the pace down to the starter stand.
Here they are coming back to the restart line, and it's pedal to the metal. Once again, Smoking Joe Babalacco, but right now, Glenn Colvin seems to be very comfortable on the outside group in the number 39. Chasing him around is the number 81 of Phil Evans. Phil Evans very happy with the power plant that he has in that automobile in 2004, as he is charging to the front as well. This is going to end up being a barn burner as we're...
Whoa, trouble, front straightaway. One car gets turned into the outside guardrail. It's the 54. Jeff Miller head on just to the outside wall, just past the starter stand, and it brings out the caution flag. Had a little help there, did the 54 Miller. And he's able to pull away. Not a big hit. It could have been a lot worse, as that incident happened right up there among the top 10 cars, with the entire field, most of the field behind him. Everyone took evasive action, and Miller able to pull away with minimal damage. In car number 50, Gary will have a lot of ground to cover here tonight, and every night he patrols the pit area for us here at the Speedway. Pace truck is in, though, so we are set for the restart here with Glenn Colvin. Joe Babalacco kind of roles reversed from the last restart, Mark.
No question about it. And Glenn Colvin and Babalacco side by side. The 29 of Brandon Clemens coming out through the dirt, coming out as far as you can go down on this track without being in the dirt and the grass to make a move towards the front. Very aggressive move by Brandon Clemens in the 29. Great side-by-side action now between the 0-1 of Nate Appel and the 81 of Phil Evans.
They go side-by-side back to turn number 1, racing for 3rd and 4th behind the lead duo who have singled out nose to tail. Glenn Colvin and Joe Babalacco. Now it's going to be the 81 of Evans getting the advantage into turn number 3 over Nate Appel, who backslides to 4th. Side-by-side for 5th. It's going to be the 8 car in the outside lane, Bill Leonard, and caution is out. Trying to get around the 29 for Brandon Clemens. That was the 8 Bill Leonard, but will slow once again for the 83 car. Chris Lee from Norwich pulls that car back behind the guardrail on the back straightaway, draws the caution once again. Now with 8 laps to go, and it's going to be a quick caution. There was a single car. In fact, I don't even think he spun out. He just slowed over in turn number 2, long enough to draw the caution flag from the starter stand. And
duties here tonight, of course, renowned announcer for Pit Lane around the country, and very glad to have him doing that here tonight.
Glenn Colvin set for the restart. Joe Babalacco outside lane, 2x2 off the corner. We go back under the green flag. Little contact among the race leaders back to turn number 1. Colvin, trouble further back. One car goes spinning up into the outside guardrail, but they're all okay. The 81 car involved there. In 3rd, that's Phil Evans. That's a 61 car. They got turned for Ken Light. Trouble front straightaway. All the leaders go spinning. Now the 81's involved for Phil Evans. And that car almost got up on its roof for the 81. For Phil Evans, got very lucky. Oh, they're not done yet. Babalako goes around. Okay. I'm guessing the 20 car and the 81 will have awarded the officials in the pit area. It's just a guess. Savardi slows in the outside lane. Bavalako's able to pull away. And
like Phil's
a lot happening over in around Phil Evans' car now over in the pit area. Now Bavalako makes
division making their way through the pits. If you look out along the back wall, you see that lineup for our next feature that will be coming out onto the 3/8 mile oval.
the Bavalako car having a tough time getting through the traffic in the pit area, so we're going to hold one lap and allow the 20 to get back out onto the speedway is apparently the reason why that we will hold one more additional lap. Bavalako yet to re-enter. Field continues around under the caution flag. Field this time by Colvin and the 01 Nate Appel. Also hailing from Westbrook, Evergreen Landscapes providing the sponsorship on the Nate Appel car. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Field works off turn 4, and at the restart line, it's going to be Glenn Colvin showing the way back to turn 1.
Glenn Colvin leads him into turn number 1. Nate Appel still on the outside as we have a couple cars headed to the infield. Jimmy Lynch, one of those cars, into number 1. Also, Joe Gobbout in the 73. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, it looks like Glenn Colvin will hold on one more lap, but a great charge on the part of that number 8 automobile.
Kyle Williams goes around, car 17, and the 01's in trouble off turn number 2, slid back 5 spots. That's Nate Appel. Running third last time by, loses 2 positions. Brooks goes to the bottom, as does the 29 and the 47.
It looks like Rich Brooks is going to get the farthest distance traveled in this particular race. If you remember, Rich had to start back in the 20th spot, has made his way up into the 3rd spot.
5 to go, Glenn Colvin. Bill Leonard, Richard Brooks in 3rd. And here's the 47, point leader, last week's winner in 4th. Another spin in turn number 2. And that car able to keep rolling. Leaders back off turn 4. Kyle Williams will pull that car to the infield. And they're not done wrecking yet. The 48 goes around. Ian Brew. Car's off the speedway. Trying to fire it back up. Maybe stuck off the corner. 3 to go. Colvin, Leonard, Brooks, and Tim Jordan all battle it out in turn 2.
So Tim Jordan trying to make it a couple in a row out there at number 47. He's going to have his work cut out for him as he's trying to get around Bill Leonard to chase down Glenn Colvin as Ian Brew finally gets the car back out onto the track as he was waiting for the yellow flag. It wasn't coming from Billy Dunn. 2 laps left to go in this exciting mini stock feature event.
The race leader now able to pull away by 3 car lengths as the runner-ups are running side by side. Jordan in the outside lane, Leonard down low. Brooks looks on in 4th. White flag's up, 1 lap to go for Glenn Colvin as they go back to turn number 1 for the final time. Soup Savardi slow on the bottom, but it's a 4-car race to the win. Colvin out front, Leonard in 2nd. Tim Jordan 3rd, Richard Brooks 4th on the back straightaway. Through turn 4, checkered flag is up. And it's going to be Glenn Colvin in for the win, and Brooks in the last moment gets a podium spot in car number 65. So Glenn Colvin takes the checkered flag, Leonard in 2nd, and squeaking into the podium, Richard Brooks in car number 65. Here's the 81 racing around for Phil Evans. And the driver of car number 39, hailing from Clinton, Connecticut, Glenn Colvin.
Well, Glenn Colvin, certainly an exciting night for our mini stock division. Glenn, what was the key to victory tonight?
Just being patient and just, driving as smooth as I could. And I messed up one time coming off of turn 4 here and got into Joe Babalacco a little bit, and I know some of the 81 got into me, but oh, that was such a tough race. I mean, I'm so tired after this one. It just had to be so much on the wheel. But the car is awesome. I got to thank my crew. Everything's, I couldn't do it without them. We got a lot of repairs to do this week, and that's it.
That's Glenn Colvin. He's your winner tonight in the mini stock division. Guys?
So Glenn Colvin will pull off the track. Gary Dank will be headed to the Town Fair Tire victory lane. He'll be talking to some of the other competitors up there, second and third place finishers who make their...
Told me, he says, you got to be patiently aggressive. You got to really keep your eyes open and watch out for everything that's going on.
Okay, that's Richard Brooks. He finishes third here tonight with car number 65. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Gary. 20 laps on the scoreboard, getting set to go. Feature event for the Sportsman cars is underway. Pete Brockett leads the field into turn number 1 with Fred Smith Jr. to his outside. Sportsman action underway, and it's going to be Smith in the outside taking command. Curtis in third. Then it's going to be the 8 car running in fourth for Ed Clark. Everyone safely through turn 3, off turn 4 to complete lap 1.
Ed Clark up at the front of the field into number 8 out of Cromwell, Connecticut's going to have his hands full because right on his back bumper, Dwayne Conant's working it. Roger Perry jumping to the inside at a number 36 out of Ashaway, Rhode Island. This is a very savvy driver in this division. Tried to find some running room. Very close to going down below the white line.
Everyone shuffles the deck from about 5th on back. The 36 car, Roger Perry, making some headway into the 5th spot, trying to make his way up behind Ed Clark in car number 8. The 16 car, Walt Hovey, having a solid run now in 5th. Trying to move around Pete Brockett to the outside. Procaccini is in there in car number 79, who wants a second spot from Curtis. All this action behind Fast Freddie Smith in that 85 car on the back straightaway. Procaccini out of shape in the 79. That's the race for 3rd, 4th, and 5th through turn 4.
Looking back through the field, they were running 3 wide there as they came down the back straightaway. Ed Clark in the middle of the action as Keith Rocco trying to move the number 13 up into the lead pack. Once again, Roger Perry threatening to make it 3 wide as Walt Hovey and Pete Brockett, that's the 36, the 16, and 7 respectively, as they come up on slower traffic down there, the number 93.
Ken Harwood.
Things up. Ken Harwood having a tough time getting that car dialed in.
Back to the back straightaway, 1/4 of the way through, and it's the 85 car out front, Fast Fred Smith. The Industrial Recycling number 85 shows the way. The race is for 3rd. Here's Roger Perry to the inside of Procaccini in the 79. They go double wide into the corner. Curtis sniffing the race lead as well off the corner. Wants around Smith for the top spot. They hit turn number 3. Here's Perry. Now looking to the inside of Curtis. Curtis stuck in the outside lane. Perry down low, back to the stripe.
Roger Perry and Sean Curtis locked up in a great battle for 2nd. Perry getting a little bit wide out there as a black flag flies for the number 3 of Billy Hannell. Billy will have to park the number 3 in the infield. As you can see, Kyle, side-by-side battle. Roger Perry will take the lead.
Perry, no doubt, looks like has the quickest car on the speedway, and he goes to the head of the class in turn number 2. And Fred Smith leading a moment ago, all the way back to 4th on the back straightaway. Here's the 13 looking to the inside. That's Keith Rocco, takes a spot away. Dave Zemke goes next in line in car number 17. All freight training by Fred Smith. The 83 in that pack as well for Ed Gertz Jr. Top 3 cars strung out nose to tail, led by Roger Perry. Procaccini in 2nd, Norm Root 3rd, Rocco 4th, Zemke 5th. Halfway home already in the Sportsman main event off turn 4.
We've seen Keith Rocco already out there behind the wheel of an Escape Modified, warming it up for Ted Christopher. Looks like he's got that need for speed now as the 13 rocketing towards the front of the field. Double wide as they make their way down the back straightaway. The 80 of Norm Root Jr., the 79 of Jim Procaccini as they come out of turn number 4, chasing the leader.
That's the battle for the runner-up spot. Back to turn 1, Norm Root to the inside. Procaccini going to have to give way back to 3rd in car number 79. Rocco looks on in 4th. Zemke now under attack by Ed Gertz for the 5th position. They go side by side into turn number 3 with Ed Gertz in the outside lane. Dave Zemke on the bottom, and the 89 car watching all that unfold for Dwayne Conant. He's in the 7th spot. Back to turn 2.
Dwayne Conant's had a very fast car throughout the 2004 season, as has his teammate Ed Gertz Jr. Here they are making their way around the Waterford Speedbowl, trying to move to the front, but the lap's ticking down. As you can see, only 7 laps left on the scoreboard.
And it's now become a 2-car race for the win. Roger Perry in the 36, Norm Root in the 80. Conant now closing in on that second spot to make it a 5-way race for the 3rd position. Procassini in the 79, Keith Rocco in the 13, Zemke and Gertz, and then Conant all double wide through turn 2. And a challenge up front. Here's Norm Root looking to the inside of Perry, now to the outside. Up alongside in turn 3 goes Norm Root. Gets a little loose and has to fall back in the line behind the 36.
Norm Perry continues to lead this one, but the battle's back in the pack. As you can see, 3rd place is a battle has just been decided by Keith Rocco. Procassini moving to the outside. Now he's got to fend off Dave Zemke. Zemke, of course, has had a great car in 2004, and there's a good side-by-side battle.
4 laps to go, and it's a race among 2 competitors. Here's Norm Root to the inside. Roger Perry to the outside. Double wide in turn number 3. And Norm Root becomes a new leader. He'll slide up high, open the door for Perry. Great racing among the front of the field in the Sportsman feature with 3 laps to go, and that allows Rocco to close the gap on the race leaders. Norm Root, when all is said and done, will take command in turn 3.
The phrase, "it ain't over till it's over," is very much the truth about the Sportsman division in 2004. You've got to watch it right down to the last white flag lap to figure out who's going to win a Sportsman race. This one could be the same. Norm Root followed by Roger Perry. Keith Rocco moving up, and Dave Zemke this time by the White Silk Flies.
Norm Root leads back to turn number 1 for the final time. Roger Perry is there within striking distance, but will he have enough time? Smoke shown from Al Stone the 3rd. He'll limp around for a mid-pack finish as the leaders are in turn number 4. Car number 80, Norm Root Jr. to pick up the checkered flag here tonight in a race that goes caution-free. The 36 crosses in second for Roger Perry, followed by Keith Rocco and Dave Zemke. Ed Gertz among the top 5. Great race of the Sportsman competitors, caution-free. Numerous lead changes, numerous leaders. When all is said and done, Norm Root able to hold off Roger Perry for the win.
Well, the thing about it was they let him race out there, and what a race it turned out to be.
Fair Tire, Victory Lane, located behind the turn 4 grandstand. Let's go trackside. Gary Danko is with Norm Root.
Well, Norm Root continues to sit in his race car where he got the job done with this machine tonight. Norm, tell us about that pass for the lead.
I had to rough Roger up a little bit, but I don't think I was too bad to him. He got me back a little bit. This thing was just flying tonight. Got to thank my crew and my wife and everybody for helping me. We don't put a lot of money into this car, and it really flies. We just put a lot of time and effort into it.
Here's your winner tonight in the Sportsman division, Norm Root, the driver of the Roots Auto Repair car number 80.
That's the word from trackside. Gary's going to hustle over to Town Fair Tire Victory Lane. And we have a birthday wish, Mark.
Well, we've got a couple of announcements to make. Driving car number 17. We're just about ready to go to Green Flag Racing in the Bob Valenti Automall Late Model Division. Dwayne Knoll, Jack Aquilina will bring him to the start line, and with the start of the race call, here he is, Kyle Rickey.
Dwayne Knoll on the front row looking to go green for 30 laps. Jack Aquilina to the outside. Can Alan Coates win 3 in a row? We'll find out here in 30 laps. Green flag. We're underway. Knoll to the inside. Aquilina to the outside lane. Chad Tromley in the 3rd spot, and in the outside lane, Ernie Bertrand. Already gaining 1 spot, looking for 2 on the back straightaway as Aquilina works off of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Bertrand in 2nd, Knoll in 3rd, Tromley and Larry Goss the top 5.
Well, Larry Goss trying to shake the lightning that's been hitting him each and every week, the bad luck. Very fast car out there. Another car that's been surprised everybody, the number 5, and Carl Erickson working the outside groove, trying to bring it on home.
Back to turn number 2, Aquilina building up a healthy lead over Ernie Bertrand, who's able to pull away from Dwayne Knoll in that race for 3rd. Side by side into the corner, Chad Tromley on the bottom. Carl Erickson out of shape up at turn number 4, backs it into the outside guardrail, and that'll bring out the caution 3 laps in. So Carl Erickson all by himself got up out of the groove and got that car spun around into the outside guardrail, and not a lot of damage to car number 5. He's able to fire the car back up and pull away. for Carl Erickson. While we work under this caution, let's go to Town Fair Tire Victory Lane and Gary Danko.
Well, a big celebration here in Town Fair Tire Victory Lane. Of course, Norm Root, your winner, but Keith Rocco, who had a strong run. Take us through your night.
It all started off with Teddy Zeske riding.
For Auto Part International in the 2004 season. Glad to have those folks with us here at the Waterford Speedbowl for tonight's event. Corey Hutchings will try to stretch out that point lead with a nice finish here tonight. As he works his way up through the field, he's right behind the 31 of Phil Rondo. They'll make their way back to the start line, and the green flag flies up at the front of the field. Jack Aquilina in the number 11, battling it out side by side with Ernie Bertrand in the 00. They are breaking away from the rest of the pack. Dwayne Knoll, Chad Tremblay are third and fourth, respectively, as we cross the start and finish line.
A lot of eyes on the bright green number 90 of Alan Coates, trying to make his way up through the field. He's in the outside lane, going by Larry Goss, racing for the 7th spot in turn number 3. Goss to the bottom. Alan Coates up high. Dwayne Knoll now a little out of shape. We'll take him back to start finish. Chad Trombley in that pack as well. The leaders once again nose to tail. Aquilina and Ernie Bertrand. Here's Bertrand looking to the inside on the backstretch.
Also cooking on the outsides, the USS Chowder Pot, number 3 of Mark St. Hilaire, trying to fight his way to the front. See if there's some fight up there on the outside groove. As they try to get by some of the automobiles down there. Dwayne Knoll, Larry Goss. Also, we see Jay Stewart, the number 35, making his way up towards the front of the field. He is running currently 4th behind Chad Tremblay.
Back to turn number 2. Aquilina, here's Alan Coates, racing for 4th now. Trombley in 3rd, Coates to the bottom, side by side for that position. One car kicked up high, that's Jay Stewart in the 35, and we'll lose 2 spots. Dwayne Knoll goes by to the bottom. Here's Larry Goss going to the bottom now for the 7th spot. Coates digging hard in the outside lane, goes to the outside of Chad Trombley for 3rd.
You can see Jay Stewart working that outside groove as Corey Hutchings gets a little bit out of shape, but he manages to keep control of the automobile and make his charge towards the front of the field. Also working the outside groove. We talked about Jay Stewart and that Arbitel convenience store sponsored number 35 automobile. Also Pinnacle. Making its way towards the front. That's Jay Stewart.
Phil Rondo having a tough time coming up through the field in car number 31. He leads the 2nd pack onto the back straightaway along with Mark St. Hilaire and the 17 car for Wayne Corey Jr. They're stuck in traffic mid-pack as the leaders cross the line again. 3rd of the way home and a big hit off the front straightaway guardrail. They're all right though on the back straightaway. Aquilina leads, Bertrand in 2nd, Coates in 3rd. Everyone nose to tail, back to start finish.
Jack Aquilina, practice on Thursday night's paying off for the number 11 as they seem to have that car dialed in for tonight. As you can see, Ernie Bertrand also making his way into the 2nd spot as Alan Coates continues his charge.
Back to turn number 2, and the 11, Jack Aquilina, shows the way. Bertrand in 2nd. They have company though. It's in the form of the green number 90. Alan Coates looking for yet another win in this young 2004 season. Trombley in 4th, Goss in 5th. Then it's a breakaway of 4 car lengths back to the 6th place car, Dwayne Knoll. Jay Stewart next in line, followed by Corey Hutchings, Mark St. Hilaire, Phil Rondo, Wayne Corey, the front half of the field. Halfway, 15 down, 15 to go, and Aquilina leads by 2 car lengths.
That car is scary good this year. That's the number 90 of Alan Coates. You can see that it's dialed in as far as the setup, and of course that engine running very, very well as he continues to gain ground on our leaders, Jack Aquilina and the 00 of Ernie Bertrand. As we have problems down there coming out of turn number 4, you can see the 31 Pinnacle Autoglass car of Farmer Phil Rondo.
Caution out for the 2nd time, just past halfway. Alan Coates, car number 90. The hard charger of the race thus far. Coates sponsored by Groton Oil, Valentino's Pizzeria.
So he'll be a car to watch. That's the number 45 Nima entry.
Should be an exciting season for that division in 2004. Exciting division in 04 for the late models as we go under the green flag. Aquilina, Ernie Bertrand, and Alan Coates back to turn number 1. racing for the top spot. Chad Tromley joins the fight along with Larry Goss into 6. Corey Hutchings into 36. Racing through turn 3, off turn 4. Coates up to second. Now wants to sniff the lead. Got Aquilina a little out of shape and start finish.
It's got to be an intimidating sight to look back in the mirror and see that green machine coming up on you. The way Alan Coates has been running. Jack Aquilina doing a great job driving a defensive line against Coates so far, but Coates trying to push his way to the front. 12 laps showing on the scoreboard now. This is going to be a barn burner. Right,
rubbing fenders through turn 1. Now on to the back straightaway. The race leaders. Bertrand looks on. Side by side. Off of turn number 4. Coates to the bottom. New race leader. And Chad Tromley steps into second. Former race leader Jack Aquilina backslides to third, maybe fourth. Here's Larry Goss at the bottom. I mentioned Ernie Bertrand a moment ago. He's now battling for the 5th spot with the 36 of Corey Hutchings. Now St. Hilaire goes by to the inside, so Ernie gets back kicked into the latter half of the top 10. Here's Chad Tromley wanting the lead on the backstretch with 10 laps to go.
Chad Tromley looked very good at qualifying here a little bit earlier this evening. Larry Goss right on his tail as they all try to stay with Alan Coates. Great battle between Aquilina and the Auto Part International number 36 of Corey Hutchings. Corey Hutchings making short work of that battle as he now takes over the 4th spot. Mark St. Hilaire has battled his way from the back of the pack in USS Chowderpot number 3. So the cream rising to the top of this one.
St. Hilaire relatively quiet in the first 15 or 20 laps of this event. Now all of a sudden car number 3 finds himself in the top 5. Chad Tromley found himself battling for the lead a moment ago, and now all of a sudden falls to 4th. Larry Goss gets by. Corey Hutchings into the podium in 3rd in car 36. Can anyone catch car number 90 of Alan Coates? Here's St. Hilaire to the inside for 4th. They're side by side through turn number 4. Laps winding down. 6 to go for Coates.
Larry Goss, plenty of power. Let's see how the handling is on the number 6 as he tries to catch Alan Coates. As you can see, Corey Hutchings has brought the number 36 into the 3rd spot. We talked about the cream rising to the top in the case of the number 3 this rising to the top.
Right now in that 3rd spot is Corey Hutchings. One car backsliding, car number, oh, trouble, back straightaway. The 17 car goes around in front of traffic. Wayne Corey Jr. Wayne Corey came together with Jack Aquilina. Aquilina has slid just inside of the top 10 after leading early. And Wayne Corey now goes around in the 17 car. Wayne out of West Haven, Wayne's Auto Body, Burns Insurance Associates, Bennett Building Painting. How about Bennett Builders Painting and Valley Auto Machine, all sponsors along the 17 car.
Coming into the 9th
tonight.
Let's see what he has to give in the next 5 circuits. He'll start in 3rd. Coates and Goss, the leaders. Off turn 4, green flag mark.
Here they go. Alan Coates jumps out into the lead, but he's got Corey Hutchings knocking at the door. Working the outside groove is Larry Goss. Let's see how the handling is for Goss, if he can stick outside groove. Here's Corey Hutchings coming to the inside, racing to the line. We've got a new leader.
New leader, Corey Hutchings, open the door on the back straightaway, and they're locked side by side. Alan Coates in the outside lane. St. Hilaire's in the 3rd spot. He is side by side for that position. Coates gets shuffled up to the outside lane. Larry Goss in 4th, Tromley in 5th, back to the stripe. 3 to go, and it is Corey Hutchings on the back straightaway, the race leader.
Looks like Corey's got the car dialed in. It looked like last week with Alan Coates, the only way you catch him is with a bazooka and to slow him down. But this week,
trouble further back
has the formulas. Jack Aquilina, who looked so good early in the beginning of the race, is now in trouble out there at the exit to turn number 4. Has the number 11 parked in the grass. Let's see if he can keep it fired up and get it back out onto the speedway. Maybe head to the pits for some needed help.
Kind of a chain reaction incident. Joe Perry also involved, and we'll bring that car to the pit area along with Jack Aquilina in car number 11. All the cars involved able to pull away. 2 laps to go. Corey Hutchings looking for his 2nd win of the year to settle it. Who's it going to be? Pace truck pulls in. Will it be the 36, Corey Hutchings? or the 3 of Mark St. Hilaire, made with the 90 of Alan Coates. Soft turn 4, green is out. Time will tell as they go to turn 1.
Corey Hutchings on the inside. Mark St. Hilaire on the outside, but he's going to drop in behind Corey Hutchings for the moment, trying to power his way around the 36 machine of Corey Hutchings with 1 lap left to go. You talk about a shootout. We've got one coming up.
Back to turn 1, Corey Hutchings has a cushion between himself and St. Hilaire, who's trying to fend off Alan Coates for the second spot. Into turn number 3. Corey Hutchings looking for his second checkered flag of the year, first since opening day. Corey Hutchings will visit the winner's circle tonight, and they're still wrecking down in the corner. We'll wreck 4 of them. Larry Goss, Chad Tromley, and Ernie Bertrand are collected up in turn number 1 after the fact. Dwayne Knoll, I believe, also checked that.
Wayne Burroughs Jr.
Burroughs
in the 20. Down there in the
Actually
Green
on the
Acres.
infield now. Car number 36, close tonight. Ernie Bertrand had a sniff at the lead, as did Larry Goss and a few others. Corey Hutchings passes Tech on the backstretch, works off of turn 4, and will stop at the start-finish line. His fans gathered against the fence. Gary Danko to have a word with him. Gary?
For the second time in 2004 here at the Waterford Speedbowl, Corey Hutchings finds victory lane. How hard was that tonight, Corey?
It was very hard. Getting through traffic was very tough tonight. We were boxed in a little bit. We were having a good run with Jay there, and we had a real good run with Alan there. Alan got a little loose. I got my nose in there. He tried to, he would have done the same to me, but I'm glad I'm in victory lane.
Plenty of horsepower tonight for you.
Awesome engine, awesome engine. We got Billy the Kid under the hood here, and awesome motor.
Okay, that's Corey Hutchings. We'll talk to him a little bit later on. And Town Fair Tire Victory Lane is for the second time in 2004. He comes to Victory Lane.
All right, thank you very much, Gary. And he'll head back to Town Fair Tire Victory Lane, but you can take your time because the modified lineup is rather lengthy, a full field of 26 cars scheduled to take the green. And here's the way they'll roll out of the pits. On the pole, car number 82 from Bridgeport, Connecticut. It is the 82 for Pete Pavone Jr. And
To be hungry for a victory. He's come in second so many times as of late. He's had a fast car, the 3rd generation driver. If anybody put it in the winner's circle, that's the guy.
the modified's ready to go off turn 4, green flag. Pete Pavone, Johnny Brower. Set the pace spin to turn number 1. It's going to be Pavone on the bottom. They're going to jam up that inside row. Everybody seems to get away cleanly onto the back straightaway with Brower setting the pace off turn 4. Pavone trying to hang on to that second spot, but here comes the 94 to the outside lane. Justin Gaydosh into the runner-up spot.
The strategy's got to be simple for Johnny Brower Jr. He's been caught up in some wrecks.
Whoa, trouble,
every
speaking of a
time.
wreck.
But right now he's out there to clean air. We're going to slow things down as we have a yellow flag flying.
Ron Uhas caught up in it in car number 6. Uhas caught up along with one other driver. That may be Chris Druin pulling away from the incident on the back straightaway. They just simply ran out of room in turn number 2, and cars went scattering on the back straightaway. Cleanup will begin for that incident. Let's put a cap on the late model race. Go to Town Fair Tire Victory Lane and Gary Danko.
Well, it's certainly a big
A
celebration.
lot of trouble for everybody behind them.
Coming back to the restart line, Jolton Johnny Brower. Coming to the starting line, a great veteran on his first trip to the rodeo. Looks like he's going to cross the line at first for the moment, but Gaydosh working the outside. The hard charger out of Newtown, Connecticut, working the outside groove in the 94 against a KG veteran and one-time late model champion out of Groton, Connecticut.
Side by side, Gaydosh to the outside, Brower down low. Everybody through the first green flag lap cleanly. Muchacharo all by himself in 3rd. In 4th, it's Ricky Young and Chris Pastriak round out the front 5. Back off the corner, and Gaydosh and Brower still locked side by side. Pavone side by side with Donnie Fowler for the 5th spot. That's where the real side by side racing heats up. Fowler gets the spot away. Pavone continues to slide backwards in car number 82. And look at who's coming to the front. Dennis Gaeta in car number 3 goes to the outside of Pavone and steps into 7th.
Yeah, Gaeta trying to work the outside group as he's done so well for so many years. That number 3 automobile hooked up on the outside as it looks like Teddy Christopher's number 13 dropping off the pace. Looks like he'll try to get it into the pit area, so
I don't think
tough break for Christopher.
I don't think that car is going to make it to the pits. Caution will come out due to the 13 car. Slow the field off of turn number 4, and Ted Christopher, the co-point leader coming into tonight, will not have good fortune on his side, and that car will have to be pushed to the infield. Teddy, of course, a busy weekend running his NASCAR Featherlight Modified Series car. And earlier today had to qualify that car, which is why he was not here to participate in the qualifying heat races. And earlier today he qualified 6th in the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Series for Ted Christopher.
Taken right out of the race car, so they're checking that over. And once again, hopefully that is the problem on that car, and they can get that car back out. Also, the air cleaner is now coming off the race car as well.
Yeah, looks like he's going to not make it back out in time for the restart as that car continues to set in the pits. Air cleaner's off the car. We go back to green with car number 94, Justin Gadosh, setting the pace back to turn number 1. Ricky Young now into the 2nd spot for a moment. Brower back into that position. Young gets kicked back to 4th as Chris Pastriak. Trouble. Fowler in trouble, among others, at the back of the pack.
And talk about dodging a bullet out there. You can see Eddie Reed with some evasive action getting away from the spinning Don Fowler. Emerging from that spin out between turns 3 and 4 would be the number 51 of Rob Janovic Jr. was running up with the leaders. And of course, Rob, in his usual position, in the top 10 in points, Mr. Consistency, and let's see if he can recover from that spin.
Of course, this caution allowing the 13 car a little more time to work.
Board is the Chevrolet SS pickup provided by our friends at Bob Valenti Auto Mall. Heads for the scale area. We're about to come back to the restart line. On the front row, Justin Gadosh and Johnny Brower. Looks like Gadosh with a nice start in the 94 is in the front of the field. It's time to play catch up to him. Great restart on that one. Moving to the inside of John Brower. Will be Ricky Young in the 0. And looking back right behind them, Dennis Gaeta and Chris Pastriak.
And Kurt Lenahan has the save of the night. Car number 08. Looked like that car was going to spin in front of half the field, and he's able to hang on to it. And now drop to the back of the pack. And car number 08 is the front of the pack. Comes off of turn number 4. Gadosh, Brower, 1 and 2. Side by side, the third between Chris Pastriak and the 5. Ricky Young in the 0. Further back, Dennis Gaeta trying to make his way up to the front. He's in 6th, maybe losing ground just a bit. Ed Reed Jr.'s alongside in car number 72.
That's a classic battle.
Whoa, trouble.
Charette. See Charette cut a tire out there. Let's see how that one doesn't. Looks like he's continuing with the race, so some sparks from somewhere. But as I was mentioning, classic battle between Gaeta and Eddie Reed. It looks like this time the advantage goes to the Mystic Pizza sponsor at 72.
Caution's out. Charette and Juhas banging Nerf bars off of turn number 4. Not sure if we have some debris somewhere around the speedway, but the caution is out, maybe from car number 1 of Dennis Charette, who has now been involved in 2 minor incidents. One on the front stretch going into turn number 1, and now one off of turn number 4, bouncing off of Ron Juhas. May 15th, the Featherlight Modified Series 150 lap grind. Call the Speedway office for advance tickets.
There they are, bunching up for the restart. They come to the restart line, and once again, Gadosh, like he was fired out of a cannon, jumps to the front of the field. John Brower trying to catch up to him, but now he's got his hands full with the young gun, Chris Pastriak. As they make their way through turns 3 and 4, headed to the straightaway, Gadosh holds on to the lead.
Yeah, Brower's good in an outside lane, though, and is able to get around Pastriak for the position. That's for the runner-up spot. Pastriak in 3rd. Now he's under attack by Tommy Fox in the outside lane. Ed Reed Jr. looks on in 5th, followed by Dennis Gaeta. Ricky Young sliding backwards to 55 of Finkelday. Looks to his inside for a position, but that battle for 3rd continues to be a good one between Chris Pastriak in the 5, the 47 of Tommy Fox. Locked Nerf bar to Nerf bar off turn 4, down to complete another lap. Everyone right now racing behind race leader Justin Gadosh.
Talk about Mike Finkelday. He's having the run of the season, maybe of his career in the SK Modified as he's up there challenging with the leaders. He's side by side with Ricky Young as everybody's following the 94 of Justin Gadosh.
And Dennis Gaeta's car number 3 beginning to come to life in the outside lane. Gets up alongside Chris Pastriak, racing for the 5th position. Pastriak down low, Gaeta up high. Tommy Fox a little out of shape, trying to get around Johnny Brower for the runner-up spot. Little contact there. Made down in turn 1 between John Brower, the right rear corner of the 49 car, the left front of Tommy Fox. No harm, no foul. They race 2nd and 3rd off turn 4.
So great racing all the way through there. Side-by-side battle with Gaeta and Pastrick as they are following Eddie Reed. Eddie Reed up there in the points lead. He was tied with Teddy Christopher. Teddy sitting this one out due to mechanical problems. So Eddie Reed can really help himself here. By John Brown looking at challenge for the lead.
Back to turn 2 into the back straightaway. Gadosh has led all the laps thus far. Brower's got trouble. Big trouble.
Tommy Fox.
Oh, is that Fox? Yeah. Tommy Fox in the 47. Looked like a tire went down on the 47 car for Tommy Fox and got into the outside guardrail up in turn number 3.
Gary Danko heading to the site, so we will have a report from Gary in a couple moments to see what happened to the A-Team sponsored number 47.
Here's a big hit down in turn number 3. You can see the sparks beginning to fly about halfway down the back straightaway, and the car did not want to turn when it hit turn number 3, and Tommy Fox now against the guardrail between turns 3 and 4.
Well, looks like he must be all right to go handsy safety unit on site immediately.
We got an update.
Tommy Fox, they should be all right. Gary Danko's on the track right now, heading to the 47. And so we'll check in with Gary here momentarily, the automobile, so they don't get real discombobulated. And maybe they go out there, we're going to see some fenders rubbing for these 4 Nextel Cup drivers coming in on the 5th of June. But right now, we're going back to some Nerf bar rubbing out here as the SK Modifieds blast off at the restart line. As you can see, Justin Gadosh has the car set up. The 94 has been running well throughout the race out there in the clean air. But here comes Eddie Reed, our point leader, trying to improve on his standings with a feature win here tonight.
Yeah, right now Eddie Reed Jr. in a very familiar spot, and that is 2nd. That's where he's finished more times than not over the last 3 seasons. He's under attack by Dennis Gaeta, who has won more than not the last couple of seasons. They're side by side on the front straightaway, racing for 2nd and 3rd. Chris Pastriak 4th. Brower kicked all the way back to 5th. He's under attack now by Mike Finkelday for that position, but all this battling behind race leader Justin Gadosh. 16 laps to go in the modified feature. Back to the stripe. Ed Reed Jr. hanging on in 2nd. Look at Pastriak to the inside of Gaeta for 3rd.
Yeah, great battle shaping up for 3rd between Dennis Gaeta and Chris Pastriak. You talk about 2 chapters in SK Modified history. The new and the old. As Brower tried to make another save, and he'll save the 49. Looked like that one was gone.
That was unbelievable for Johnny Brower, the 49. Great save off of turn 4, although it's going to cost him a bunch of track position. I'm sure he'll take it at that point. That car was dead sideways and is again a little out of shape in turn 1 as Billings goes by on the outside. Trouble, back straightaway. 1 car spins to the infield. Single car, and caution is out. Trouble. Young off turn 4.
Joe Schumann's car out there in the grass. We definitely know where Ricky Young is as he's up against the Armco barrier right here on the front straightaway.
Action all around the speedway. Schumann on the back stretch. Ricky Young here on the front stretch. 14 laps to go. And Justin Gadosh has led all the laps thus far. Ed Reed Jr., Chris Pastriak, and Dennis Gaeta make up the front 4. 14 to go, and let's get the thoughts of some of the crew chiefs of some of the front runners. And Gary Danko off of turn number 4. Justin Gadosh leads the field back to the restart. Ed Reed Jr. does not come up to speed, and he'll lose the runner-up spot to Chris Pastriak. Here's Finkelday to the inside of Dennis Gaeta for 4th. They're double wide on the back straightaway with 14 laps to go. And it's going to be Gadosh off the corner. Finkelday moves on to the Budweiser Bud Light scoreboard in car 55.
And I'll tell you what, another driver to keep an eye on is that 88 of Ronnie Silk. He was so fast in the Bud Mod Nationals. He's up there with the leaders. That's the driver, the number 88. Keep an eye on that car.
Back to turn number 2. Chris Pastriak wants the lead, and Ed Reed wants the 2nd spot from Chris. They go Nerf bar to Nerf bar, rubbing Nerf bars in turn number 4 behind Gadosh, the race leader. Reed and Pastriak, and look at Finkelday staying right there with Dennis Gata into turn 2. Gata, a 5-time champion, unable to shake. Mike Finkelday in the 55, a relative newcomer to modified racing. Kobe goes around in turn number 4.
So Kobe locking it up. That's going to slow the field down. Jeff Pearl managing to get around him into number 71.
Some unbelievable racing at the front of the pack. Mike Finkelday and Dennis Gata putting on a great show here. Finkelday, again, a relative newcomer to modified racing here in Waterford. Dennis Gata, a 5-time consecutive champion. The front 5, Ronnie Silk is right there as well in car 88. Mark just mentioned him a moment ago. Pace truck is in. We'll try it again off of turn number 4. Green flag is up. And Gadosh takes off. Look at Finkelday into 3rd, maybe 2nd by the time they hit turn 2. Mike Finkelday making a name for himself here tonight.
Gadosh has taken advantage of some terrific restarts out there. It's just like he's dialed in a couple of seconds before anybody else on that restart. And that's paid off, as you can see him getting some separation between he and the rest of the field.
9 laps to go. Finkelday in the runner-up spot. Ed Reed Jr. looking to his inside for the position. I tell you what, that 55 car looks good in the outside lane. The 72, Gary mentioned a moment ago, can run just about anywhere on the speedway, having a tough time getting around the 55. And as soon as Ed Reed Jr. moves up high to pass the 55, you know where the 3 of Dennis Gata is going to go. So Ed Reed Jr. kind of in a tough position right now. Gets a good run off of turn number 2. On Finkelday on the back straightaway. 7 to go for Justin Gadosh, looking for a win here tonight.
Freddie Reed, it's an unknown commodity. He's never seen Mike Finkelday up there running in the front of the pack, and he's had to adjust to whatever he's doing. Looks like he got by him. Now he's got to chase down the young gun from Newtown. That's Justin Gadosh as another lap shade off the scoreboard.
We've had 3 different winners in 2004. James Savali, Jeff Pearl, Dennis Gata. Is it going to be number 4 tonight in the name of Justin Gadosh or Ed Reed Jr.? Finkelday still in 3rd. Then Pastriak and Gata side by side for the 4th spot. They go to turn number 2 into the final 5 laps. It'll be 4 laps to go at the line, and here comes fast Eddie Reed. He's within a car length of Justin Gadosh. Back to turn number 1. Gadosh in the 94. Ed Reed Jr. in the 72. They're in turn 2.
After weeks of the silver, Eddie Reed trying for the gold this time around as he's trying to get by Justin Gadosh. Here they come to this stripe, and it's still Gadosh in front of Eddie Reed, but look at the rest of the podium. That's Mike Finkelday. He could be our 3rd place finisher here tonight.
Little bumper tag among the race leaders up in turn number 3. Not enough to shake Justin Gadosh. 2 laps to go. Ed Reed Jr. within a car length. Finkelday closing back in. Gata and Pastriak, Juhas all in the lead group. White flag will be up this time. Will it be Justin Gadosh? White flag in the air, 1 to go.
Justin Gadosh out in the lead. Eddie Reed trying to work the outside. Will he have the power? Will he have the grip? It doesn't look like he's going to have it. Gadosh trying to hold on for the win. They're coming out of turn number 4. Drag racing down the straightaway is Justin Gadosh for the win. Eddie Reed in a very clear 2nd spot. Tough call between Pastriak and the 55 of Mike Finkelday. Finkelday headed towards the scale area. See how that one shakes down.
What a great race for the mighty modifieds here tonight. Justin Gadosh
in the automobile. A cloud of smoke and a hearty high-O silver for the young man from Newtown.
I told you it's going to be a very happy victory lane, and it's about to get very energetic. Start-finish line, we'll go down trackside with Gary Danko, who is with the driver of the 94, Justin Gadosh, led green and checker tonight en route to the win.
Well, I'll tell you guys, he really knows how to do some donuts. His first career win in the SK Modified Division here at the Waterford Speedbowl, and only his 2nd year of competition. You had your hands full, but talk about what it feels like to get to the winner's circle for your first time.
Awesome, awesome. I gotta thank my mom and dad for getting me here. I wouldn't be here without them. I love them so much. Gotta thank my motor guys, GCR. I wouldn't be here without them either. And then my crew chief, Dennis, wouldn't be here without him.
Talk about the competition tonight. Talk about Eddie Reed Jr. trying the inside, trying the outside, and also Chris Pastrak was up in the mix as well.
Yeah, I just got to thank everybody for racing me clean. That's how I like to race, clean and hard. That's how it is.
Okay, there you heard it from a first-time winner in the SK Modified Division here at the Waterford Speedbowl. Justin Gaydosh puts the Newtown Electric Viper into the winner's circle. He'll be over to Town Fair Tire. Victor Lane will try to talk to
Time, Mark.
And in an unfamiliar position for him, Aaron Drake at the front of the field starting this one off. Not coming up to speed is Luke Tussing knocking at the door. Gentlemen coming up to speed, Wilbert Barkai in the number 52 as he flies by for the moment. But coming out in a big burst of speed will be Silas Hiscock in the number 37. He's going to set the pace for this race as Dougherty goes high above the white line.
Hiscock, one of the senior members of this Legends Tour. Car 37 showing the way right now in the back straightaway. The 44 backsliding for Aaron Drake, now into the 6th position. The 11, Luke Tussing, gaining a position. Both of those competitors, former go-kart drivers at the Pomfret Speedway.
And I believe the driver, the number 29 tonight, is Jags Palmer out of Berlin, Connecticut. Of course, a father-son battle going on out here as his son Jason learning the ropes in the Legends car division.
Car number 0, Vinny Esposito wants a shot at the race lead here early on. Silas Hiscock Jr. showing the way right now, but Esposito is right there along with the 52 car who started mid-pack. Right now running in 3rd.
So Vinny Esposito working the back bumper of the number 37 of Silas Hiscock Jr. out of Sag Harbor, New York. That's a great battle at the front of the field. Vinny Esposito, who looks so good in this qualifying heat, in the number 42, side by side with Barkai as they come by the stripe. Give it to Pepe for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Pepe takes that position away. Barkai settles back to 4th and now spins over in turn 2. One car being launched into the air. Almost got up on his roof. You could see the entire undercarriage of that car, 21 car, being launched almost out of the ballpark for Hervé Thibodeau II from Maine. That car looked like a missile ready to take off over in turn number 2. Settled back on to all 4 wheels. And will come the rest against the outside.
Going back to Green Flag Racing, Silas Hiscock, Vinny Esposito on the front row, Luke Tussing, and the 42 of Michael Pepe out there in the 2nd row. We've got a stall car, and that's Silas Hiscock in the 7. So Silas Hiscock, senior from Bridgehampton, New York, going to link the number 7 into the pits. They're motioning at him to take pit row. Looks like we're going to stay green in our final feature event of the night. Vinny Esposito, like he was shot out of a cannon, making his way around the Waterford Speedbowl. High rate of speed. He's arguably one of the fastest divisions here at the Waterford Speedbowl. You talk about a guy that's made quite a charge towards the front of the field. That's Jim Ahern. In the number 1 as we have Len Beebe, once again becoming well acquainted with the Armco barrier. It looked like the same spot that Beebe was involved in an incident here earlier in the season. So a tough break for Len Beebe, a champion in this division before. He's been setting his sights on SK Modified racing the past couple seasons. It's good to see that Len Beebe getting out of the car and Len's okay. But severe damage to the right side of his number 38. So we'll see how long it will take to get the number 38 cleared off the track.
At front row, 19 laps to go in the Legends feature. Green is up and we're back underway. Luke Tussing in that pack as well as they go back to turn number 1. Tussing to the bottom, Ahern to the outside, and it's going to be Tussing getting the spot away on the back straightaway. Vinny Esposito pulls away in turn 3 as the race leader.
Jim Ahern coming from the 12th spot in this field as he goes around. He and Justin Dougherty with some contact down there. Let's hope those two are all right.
97 car also big hit against the turn 4 guardrail for Dennis Doyen. And Dennis's car going to come to rest just to the right of the start-finish line after getting into the outside wall in turn 4, trying to avoid the spinning Doherty and Ahern cars. They pull away. Doyon will not. Caution back out with 18 laps to go. Let's go back to Gary over in the pits.
Well, actually, guys, I'm still over here in Town Fair Tire Victory Lane.
Have any kids? Find some. Here they are coming back to the restart on the Legends car division, and a quick start from Vinny Esposito. Michael Pepe in the second spot. This Luke Tussing kid, very, very talented driver in the 11, and he fell under the announcer's curse.
Nice 360 though, and Joey Chitwood couldn't do it any better than that. Car number 11 will keep it under the green flag. Back off the corner, Esposito leads Pepe in second, followed by Michael Beebe in the 91, George Whitney in the 9. Team cars right now third and fourth. Silas Hiscock Jr. to round out the top 5. He's all alone in that position.
Of course, both of them sponsored by N&J Bus Services. If they drive buses like they drive race cars, your kids are getting to school quick. They're getting their education fast, because Mike Beebe Jr. is the driver of the 99. George Whitney, already a feature winner in the 2004 season. He's holding on to the 4th spot, but everybody's chasing Vinny Esposito.
4 cars racing for the win. Back to the line, but we still have well over half of this race still to run. 15 laps to go, and it's going to be Esposito out front. Pepe looking to the inside. Car number 42, followed by BB Jr. and George Whitney. Silas Hiscock Jr. closing in little by little in that 5th spot at car number 37 as they work back toward turn number 1. Further back, Jax Palmer in the 29, Jim Ahern last week. The first and second place cars of Ahern and Doherty right now deep in the field, racing each other for a position just inside of the top 10. Doherty winner last week, Ahern second. Halfway in the Legends feature. And here's the 42, Michael Pepe. Looks to the inside of car number 0. Vinny Esposito on the back straightaway. They're locked door to door in turn number 3 for the race lead. George Whitney looking to try and get around Michael Beebe Jr. for that 3rd spot. Here comes Silas Hiscock Jr. to make it a 5-way race for the win with 12 to go.
Breaking away in that second pack is car number 29, and that's Jax Palmer out there driving that automobile. Hervé Thibodeau right behind him, and Justin Dowdy trying to work the outside. Thibodeau out of Saco, Maine, coming all the way down Route 95 to join us here for this race. Glad to have him on board.
There's our spun in turn number 3, single car instant, and it has fired back up, and now it died again. And smoke coming from the right front fender of the 99 car of Beebe. So something amiss on the Michael Beebe Jr. car, and another car spun in turn number 3, which produced the caution flag. That may be David Smith. It is. David out of Groton, the Sailing Specialties and Beacon Marine credit entry. Hunter Marine, the entry there. So that's the cause for the caution. Laps winding down, 10 to go. Let's check back in the pit area. And Gary Danko. Gary?
Well, we're going to try
here tonight. See if we can get a word with him, and the driver of car 55 with 11 laps to go. This, the Legend feature, with the 42 out front, Michael Pepe, and the 0, Vinny Esposito. Green flags flying high from the starter stand, and we're back underway with 11 to run to turn 1.
Well, George Whitney's already had a win. That's the driver of the number 9 during the 2004 season, and it looked like he was going to be staying there. And a couple cars pirouetting. Jax Palmer takes a hit on the back straightaway in the 29. We've got a car on its side. That's Luke Tussing getting quite a ride down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. It looks like
that's a wild
Thibodeau
one.
in the 72. The bad luck continues for those two folks from Saco, Maine. Jason
Luke
Palmer also involved. He's up there above the white line between turns 3 and 4. But all eyes are on Luke Tussing.
Yeah, Luke right now lucky that car didn't catch halfway down the back straightaway and begin the barrel roll like we've seen some cars do in the past. The car kind of was launched up onto its side and then went for the slide for life all the way down the back straightaway. It will prompt the red flag, as there's going to be a bit of cleanup to do over in turn number 3. And of course, there is a car upside down, which usually will prompt the red flag in all forms of competition. Whenever the midgets come here, cars tend to flop over onto their roof, and in all forms of USAC racing, whenever the cars are not on their wheels, usually the red flag will fly because it takes a little longer to clean that mess up. But hopefully Luke is okay. We'll see if Gary will have an update trackside, but things right now very busy over in turn number 3 to the Luke Tussing car.
Looks like Palmer's out of his car, the 29. Jags Palmer took a shot down there right by the 3rd turn gate. Let's go to Gary Danko.
Well, actually, before I make my way out onto the racetrack, they'll check out that situation. I am with Mike Finkelday, who had a great run. 4th place finish tonight, career best, car number 55. Take us through your night.
Coming up from the back, watching out, staying out of trouble, and just trying to go fast. It was a great handling car. Crew did a great job tonight, getting me set up, new set of tires, and worked our way to the front.
Now, you told me now that is Angie Cerise's old number 5 car that had a lot of success at a lot of different racetracks. And Angie Cerise was actually here with you tonight, helping you on that race car.
Yes, he's been a very good part of the team, getting our setup and helping us on everything. Brought us to the front.
Okay, we'll expect you here each and every Saturday night?
Yes, we hope to be here, yes.
Good run for Mike Finkelday. He finishes 4th here tonight in the SK Model.
Gonna go back under the green.
Chevrolet.
Yep.
From Bob Lenny Auto Mall. And we're going to go to a single file restart here as they come to turn 4 restart line. Michael Pepe at the front of the field. Vinny Esposito breathing down his deck. Vinny making a move to the inside right off the restart. And it looks like he was up there to challenge with Michael Pepe holding on to the lead. Nice battle. Dougherty up over the side of Whitney's automobile as he hits hard into the 3rd turn gate.
Red flag. Red flag is out once again, and a big wreck for Justin Dougherty, and that's the 2nd incident of the night. This one much more serious. Couple of big hops on the back straightaway and then rode the guardrail, getting into the gate, which stopped that car in a hurry after a snap spin. Safety crew on the scene.
The door opened. Dougherty opening the door himself.
Big hit, though, for Justin Dougherty, car number 18. Remember, he and Jim Ahern kind of did synchronized spinning earlier off of turn number 4. And both cars able to come back up through the field. And
well, that's
now,
one of the things about a Legends car. If you're interested in going racing, you don't want to spend a lot of time preparing an automobile to go racing. But Billy Dunn will look him over as they come back to the restart line. He has the checkered flag clenched in his right hand. Michael Pepe will lead him back to the line. Single file start formation. Looks the field over and waves the green flag. They're off and running. Michael Pepe trying to outrun Vinny Esposito. Esposito very fast on the restart car in the 0. Going to the outside groove. Right behind that, we have George Whitney battling it out with Jim Ahern. Any contact going into turn number 3 is Ahern trying to bump and run going around him.
Gonna have a great fight for the win with 10 laps to go. Michael Beebe in the 42, the 0 of Vinny Esposito. Nose to tail on the back straightaway. George Whitney trying to hold off Jim Ahern for the 3rd spot. 2 groups of 2 racing for position among the top 5 as they hit the 10 to go mark in turn number 1. Back to the corner, led by Michael Beebe in the 42, followed by the 0, Vinny Esposito. Whitney in 3rd, Ahern in 4th, 8 to go in the Legends feature.
Esposito working the outside groove, trying to get by Michael Pepe. Pepe dialed in this weekend, cuts him off at the pass, and so he's going to slam the door on Esposito's attempt to go by him. This time,
whoa, trouble back straightaway, and
Esposito.
Look at that.
Esposito with a beautiful move. It's a Danny Sullivan move to get that car out of a 360 going back the right direction. And he actually didn't lose a lot of spots.
Only difference is I don't think he's going to win like Danny Sullivan did back in 1987. Back to 4th goes car number 8 of Esposito as the leaders come back off the corner. Kind of strung out the leaders of Pepe all by himself now. Whitney in 3rd, or 2nd now. Ahern now 3rd. Esposito back to 4th. And Michael Beebe Jr. trying to get back into the top 5 in car number 99. 5 laps to go for the Legend cars, and it's car 42 all by himself at the point.
So a little bit of change on the podium this week if things hold up the same way they are on the track right now. As Michael Pepe running away with this one. The wheel pad on the track is for second between George Whitney and Jim Ahern. Ahern trying to get by him, bumps him, and it works this time as the number 1 jumps into the second spot, and he's going to begin his chase of Michael Pepe. Last week, if you remember, Jimmy Ahern finished second, and if they stay the way they are, he may do it again this time, but looks like the gap between he and Pepe closing somewhat.
3 to go for car 42, Michael Pepe. Out front, half a straightaway between himself and the battle for second, Jim Ahern and George Whitney in the 9. Esposito in the 0, Michael Beebe Jr. in the 99. Popsicle stick shown in the field. 2 laps to go in tonight's competition, and it's car 42, Michael Pepe, to set the pace down the backstretch.
Looks like the hood of the number 99 the number 9 of George Whitney popping up out there. Just check that out the next time it comes by. The start-finish line with 1 to go for Michael Pepe.
He'll set sail into turn 1 for the final time, onto the back straightaway. Car 42, Michael Pepe, into turn number 3. 3/4 length straightaway between himself and Jim Ahern in second, who now is unchallenged. Final checkered flag of the night belongs to car 42, Michael Pepe, in for the win. Ahern second, Whitney in third, Esposito fourth, Michael Beebe Jr. to round out the top 5. Then we go back to car number 12, in for the 6th position for Evan Rowley, another one of those Pomfret go-kart regulars at the Pomfret Speedway, running here in 2003. But it's the 42, Michael Pepe Jr., putting the final checkered flag into the book.
What was going on? A lot of action in the back. I'm just happy I wasn't there. That's the hard thing about racing these. You know, you get caught up in the back, you get in a lot of mess back there. But I was just holding myself, trying to get this car right here, right now. It was a tough ride, but it was a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody who stayed out to watch us. I want to thank all the officials for not calling the race. I'm sure you had plenty of opportunity to get it over pretty quick, but we really appreciate it. And I'm just so excited. I'm real happy. I want to thank my crew. I got Frank, Dan, Greg. I want to thank a couple guys in the pits, Vin and Mark. Our engine builder, Mark Terrion, made it out here today. I'm just happy. I can't say enough. I tried to do a little donut, but it didn't work too good. I put it in the dirt, but it was exciting enough.
What was it like passing race cars tonight?
It was actually pretty fun. We haven't had that much passing lately. We've been tearing it up pretty good, but that's the best. That's what you race for, you know. Try to go out and pass somebody, and when you get in a race like this, you don't know what to do. It's so exciting. It's more fun than anything, really. But I'm just happy to be up here.
Well, a very happy Mike Pepe. He stayed out of trouble tonight, and he got his car into Town Fair Tire Victory Lane. That's going to wrap things up from Victory Lane. Back upstairs.
Thanks a lot, Gary. And once again, we want to thank everybody for coming out and seeing us here at the Waterford Speedbowl. And on behalf of the staff and management, we want to wish you a great weekend, a safe ride home. Keep it on the asphalt. We'll see you next week.